I'm Scott Al Miller. It is the 3rd of May, 2023. This is my vlog of daily life living in León, Nicaragua. I'm out for a walk today. It has been a crazy week. I am on the new camera, which no one has taken the time to guess at, so we're going to kind of move past that and tell you about it a little bit as we film today, and about a new project we have coming up and a challenge I have for you guys. But we're going to get to all that right after the bump. Welcome to the show on a sunny Monday morning that I'm recording, but today is Wednesday that we're doing for the show. No. Welcome to a sunny Monday morning when I'm recording this sometime in the future because I've been that busy. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But today is Tuesday, so welcome to a Tuesday here on the show in beautiful Nicaragua. And my week has been and is going to be for the next several days absolutely bonkers with work, which really sucks because the timing could not be worse. My friend Kim is here for the week. You saw her on the video yesterday. We managed to do that interview and the audio didn't work, which really isn't fun at all. I'm really upset about that, and did not have much chance to do anything with her on the show, but also didn't really have much time to do things with her in real life either, which is awful because, I mean, she was here to hang out and visit. I mean, she seems to have had a really good time on the beach and can't wait to come back, and hopefully next time we'll be able to schedule it more. With Paul and Dominica gone, I'm picking up so much more of the slack with things that I'm just so ridiculously busy. That has made things really hard, but I would have been outrageously busy anyway. At least they would have been around to entertain her a bit had they been here. But this whole week, just work has been nuts. I got projects coming up this weekend and friends coming to visit this weekend who you will have already seen if you watch the shorts and watch my photo uploads and stuff on the show. You'll know that Chris is coming to hang out for the weekend, and Cami, who has not been on the show since somewhere around New Year's Eve 2021, I think is the last time she appeared. She spent Christmas with us 2021 at the hotel. She is coming back to Nicaragua. She's been in Guatemala for the last week. She's getting on the bus, I believe, the day after tomorrow or in a couple days, and she is going to be coming down and hanging out as well. So you're going to see her on the show, which is exciting, but there's going to be very little of her because I'm so busy. Like, I really need to point out, like, I'm frustrated by how much work I am doing. It is becoming a problem, and work comes in these waves, and it's very hard with a smaller company. Like, we're much bigger than a lot of IT service providers and consultancies, but you have to have hundreds and hundreds of staff before your key staff are not in a waves situation where there's lots of work sometimes and less at others, and you just have to adjust to some degree for capacity. Otherwise, you have to hire so many more people than you actually need. It's the only way to do it. So there's not a lot of accommodating this kind of problem, and it's just kind of how it is. But it's really unfortunate because it is stressing me out a lot that, especially now, you know, people come to visit, and I have absolutely nothing on my schedule and no way to predict that I'm not going to be able to hang out with them, that I'm not going to be able to predict that I won't be able to see them at all, and then literally go from I am completely empty, nothing on my schedule, to working every moment of the day, every day. So that is my week, and that is why I'm frustrated and struggling to get videos out for you guys. But coming up today in real life, 1 week from today in video time, I'm going to confuse you guys. I'm confusing myself. So today is Tuesday. In a week, our friends Sean and Cindy, who have been back, and again, I have not gotten to see them very much because I'm so busy, but thank goodness they and Kim hooked up and they've been hanging out. They've been shopping and going out to eat and going to the beach together. That's been great. And we went out and saw them today on the beach as well in real life. And we made a plan that in a week we are going to be heading to, or they're going to be heading up here to León and starting, and this is our part of our topic for today, starting a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with my kids. Now, I get a lot of questions about my kids and about things to do in Nicaragua, so this is a great topic because one thing is my family has always loved things like Dungeons and Dragons. It's just something that we really enjoy doing together. They enjoy the concept of it. I always love D&D and just role-playing games, tabletop, like those kinds of things in general when I was young, and have not had a lot of time to do it when I'm older. We have done it, right? And if you read my blog and go back a decade, more than a decade, Rachel is part of our social circle because she was part of our D&D campaign long ago. We used to host the D&D in Texas at our house, and we would play every week and get really into it and had like this big thing. So our girls grew up with Dungeons and Dragons being this like big thing that the adults did, and they would come watch us. And of course, they were really little at the time, just a couple years old. But they grew up watching Dungeons and Dragons and thinking it was so cool, and it was like this fun thing that the adults did, and we all sat around the living room and they would watch us play and stuff. And so they've really wanted to get into it, and we've played some over the years, and they've watched people play, and they're very knowledgeable of it. But getting a group, because I don't have the time to Dungeon Master, and it's been so long since I've done it that for me to Dungeon Master is a problem. But Cindy really does this, so she is going to be running a real D&D campaign set in the Forgotten Realms with all the books and doing all the things, and we're going to be starting that on the day that this video goes live, so in a week from today. Super excited about that. That is so cool. It's going to be so much fun. The girls are so excited. They've been talking about this for more than a year, doing this with Sean and Cindy, and we're going to try to play twice a week, and we're going to try to get like a real campaign going and really dedicate time to it, which is going to be hard for me to do because you can hear in my voice just how frustrated I am with work this week. But we're going to try really hard to have that stuff done by a week from today so that we're able to really get in and enjoy the game and really dedicate time to it. The wind has really picked up. I'm hoping that the audio is okay. It's such a beautiful day that I wanted to film out here. You got this great field. I love how, at least on the screen of this camera, this looks amazing. So I wanted to kind of get some of this for you guys. And I'm gonna stick this out a ways and get a little bit more of a broad shot. How's that? I'm interested in how this is going to turn out. I'm very much still learning how to use this camera, but I am loving it. But we're going to talk about that after D&D stuff. So we're very much looking forward to this whole D&D thing. We're hoping to make it a major part of our lifestyle. It's something that the girls and I just really enjoy doing. And Dominica likes when she gets back. I want to get to a point where I can DM again and hopefully have time to do so. And Luciana is interested in creating her own game, and so we'll see if she manages to do that. We're really excited. And here in Nicaragua, because people ask me, what do you do for fun? Well, we go out, and I talk about all the time. We go to live music, and we go to bars, and we go to karaoke, and we have like this thing, like these Nicaraguan things that we do. And there's all these things you can't do, right? Like car shows and whatever. Like there's just, those things don't exist. And but of course you can go shopping, but it's not the same. And what do you do when you're in America? Well, and one of those things that we're bringing with us, like no one in Nicaragua that I know, right, plays Dungeons and Dragons. It's not a very cultural thing for Nicaragua. Of course it exists and people have heard of it and they're not like, what's that? But it's not popular. You don't run into people who are like, oh yeah, I have a campaign every week. Like it doesn't really come up. And admittedly, you don't get that a lot in the United States, but this is something that we and a lot of people we know, like Rachel, really enjoy, and it's a big part of our lives. And being able to do that here with friends and making it a regular social thing is something that we're very excited about. That's fantastic. It's so cool. So that's great from just a things that we do perspective. It's also great because it's a cheap activity, right? Dungeons and Dragons or role-playing games are not something that you have to go spend $40 or $50 every time you go out. Well, we got some drinks, we got some food, and it just, we paid a cover, whatever, paid for taxis. It's not like that, right? You sit around at home and just, eat your own food or whatever, and things you would already be doing. It's a great low-cost way to, of course, the books. People will tell you all the D&D books and miniatures and dice and all those things, they add up. People become addicted to buying them. That's different. But there are also things you get to keep. But it's very exciting to be adding that additional scope, and those kinds of things, of course, exist here. And everyone knows, like if I said, could you play D&D in Nicaragua? Everybody go, of course you can. But when people are thinking about what do you do places, I think when you're looking at other countries, when you're looking at moving, the fact that you can do things, many things that you would do at home and can still do them somewhere else, it doesn't always play into your vision of where you're going. right? When you're staying at home in Kansas, right? You're living in Topeka, and you say, well, what do you do on an average night? Well, you know, a lot of nights I watch Netflix, pop in Hulu. Some nights I play D&D. Sometimes I just play video games, you know, a little Mario Kart racing or whatever. And then, you know, Friday night, wow, we love going out for a nice dinner. Sometimes we go see a movie, right? All of that stuff you can do here in Nicaragua. You don't really picture yourself doing it because it's not the Nicaraguan thing. Nicaraguans aren't going to do very many of those things, but they could. It's just not what they do. They like to sit out and have a beer on the sidewalk, go for a walk, see people. It's a different cultural thing. But if the thing that you enjoy is watching Netflix or Hulu or Prime or Disney Plus or HBO Max, we do all those things. We just got Hulu again last night. So the girls are very excited because both of them really like watching Drunk History. It's amazing how much my girls will be like, oh, they'll like rattle off history facts. Isn't that when so-and-so did this? And they had like, you're like, wow, you really know your history. I watch Drunk History. And you're like, oh, it sticks with them. It's a format that makes you remember things. That's fantastic. So we're going to start watching that together really soon. I think just the timing, I'm going to try to project this out on Monday. So the day before you see this video, but several days from the time I'm recording it, I think we're going to have a late night binge of Drunk History, because the girls have been looking forward to it for a long time. Me too. We just got Hulu back, and we have continuous house guests or guests in from out of town until Monday morning. So with no break from several days ago, right? So it's like 15 days almost of continuous people visiting, and then that'll be done on Monday, and then I have at least several days with nobody around, and I'm going to need to decompress between work and guests and everything. But I think the girls and I are going to do that, so that's going to be really cool. But so all those things, you can sit and you can go if you want to watch TV. If you want to watch movies, all that stuff's still accessible to you. And of course, the rest of life is cheaper, so those things are just that much more affordable because everything else is cheaper. And if you want to play video games, well, of course, we have our Nintendo Switch, and friends have PlayStation 5, and we have gaming PCs, and we have Steam Deck, and those kinds of things. And so we hook up on the TV, or we play on the portables, and we play video games. We don't do it nearly as much as we used to, because we have other things to do, because there's so much more to do. But if we feel like doing those old American things of video games and staying at home, absolutely, that's still accessible, and again, cheaper. By the way, things like GOG, Grand Old Games, GOG.com, just by moving to Nicaragua, your price of your games goes down. You can afford more games. Steam, everyone asks me, do you get Steam cheaper? No. Steam does not care where you're based for their pricing. They care where your credit card is registered. So once you get a credit card in a Nicaragua bank, then you can get cheaper Steam games. But until then, you can't. But GOG does it based on where you are. It's a little bit weird on its detection, so play with it. But just by moving, you can still use your American credit card, and you get the lower prices on games, and it's a lot lower. So you can really stock up on your library a bunch more cheaply living here. That kind of stuff. Your money goes farther, even on digital online purchases for the most part. And so that's all stuff you can do. All those things. And Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing games, having friends over, cracking open a bottle of wine, getting a big bag of chips, getting some chip dip, playing games all night. That is stuff you can do, and do it more cheaply and be more relaxed and sit outside and enjoy the beautiful weather, and just, it's fantastic doing this stuff in Nicaragua. So that is something we're very excited about. I'm going to film some of that too. That's not today. If you're here to watch some actual D&D playing, I'm sorry, but we're going to film some of that for the show. All right, so my next thing is the new camera. I've had this for almost a week now, 5 days, and I've done a little bit of filming with it, and I'm loving it. We're on it now. This is the Insta360 X3. For a long time, over a year, I've been looking forward to getting a 360 camera. For those who don't know what that is, I have lenses that take images all the way around in every possible direction, and then create this spherical image, and you can do a lot of things with it, whether it's like this, reframing to make a show after the fact, or this one's actually being set to just do like a regular action cam, but I can reframe after the fact and do some cool stuff. Or I can create full 360 spherical, it's not really 360, it's 360 in every direction, spherical images. And then when you put those on YouTube, for example, which is where you guys will be seeing them, you can then, if you're on a computer, just take your mouse and grab the image and swipe, and you can look in any direction that you want as the video plays, or you can pause it and look around. I can also do photographs that are the same, so you can look around, but it doesn't play like a video, obviously. At 72 megapixels, yeah. And I can do time lapses at 8K. I can do the regular 360 video at 5.7K. It's beautiful. I love how it renders. It's HDR and does really cool stabilization. Like, it's a really amazing camera. I'm going to show it sometime when I have the GoPro and can hold it. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I held out waiting for GoPro to bring out the Max 2. It was supposed to come out a year ago and they just didn't. They've made no announcements about it. For all intents and purposes, it feels like GoPro has abandoned their 3D platform, their 360 platform. They probably haven't, but they have stalled on it for so long that people, those of us in the GoPro ecosystem, feel abandoned. We feel like what are we doing? So I got the Insta360. This is the top rated camera of its type, which is the sub 1-inch sensor cameras, and I've only been using it so much, but I'm loving it. I want to know what you guys think of this image. I want to know what you guys think of this audio. Remember, it's windy, but I'm on the same microphone as before, but I want to know what you think of this whole setup. How does it look? And I can hold it way away. I've got the 10-foot, the 3 1/3 meter extension pole for this, which gives me a lot of capabilities to do cool stuff. I'm obviously not holding it fully extended right now, but it allows me, I can go way up and get you guys images of things, look way up there, but it's still limited by my microphone cable when I do that. And it's awkward to hold compared to the GoPro, but it's not for this really, but it's a supplement. So it's a third action cam when I'm looking for that kind of thing. And I have it set up, so I have this really long pole, and I have a large tripod, and I've got it set up so I can match the two, and I can take it up to 18 feet in the air. And that produces some really neat images. And the new thing that I'm doing, I've just gotten started with it, but we got a challenge to tell you guys about. So I have a new channel called Nicaragua 360, and that's all one word, just Nicaragua 360. Hop into YouTube, Nicaragua 360, or go down on my main page, scroll to the end, it's on there. You can find it one way or another. Go look it up. Right now there's 4 videos, but by the time this goes live, I hope maybe there's going to be a 5th one. I'm trying to get to the first 10 really quickly because you have to have 10 before anything really happens. And that is a very different channel than this. It is purely images, moving images, videos, of Nicaragua in 360 degrees. It is not me narrating, so if you need a break from my voice, you can go see that, but it also gives you this completely different way to see Nicaragua. I can't frame it for you, right? I can't go and give you like, here's the beautiful sunset, and then you can't see the trash off to the side, anything like that. Sorry, I had a coughing fit. You will get to see absolutely everything. You can look around, you can look below, and you can check the clouds out. You can go look at a tree, you can go look in the direction no one's paying attention to. You can watch each video multiple times in different directions and really get a far greater feel for a place than you could with this video format, for example. And so it's a very different thing, and it's meant to be relaxing. So in some cases, I'm going to do natural audio, so you can just hear what it sounds like in a place. But if there's like traffic, I'm not going to do that. And then other times I'll just play music. So you can just listen and put it on and maybe watch. And so if you're on the computer, you can scroll around using your mouse. If you have a VR headset, you can look around just using your head. So if you have a VR headset, check them out for sure. And if you have a phone, and who doesn't, go to the video on the phone and you just move the phone around and it allows you to look in the direction that the phone is pointing. Really cool. Or you can scroll with your finger as well. So it's really cool. Nicaragua 360. Please, please, please go check it out. Subscribe, watch the videos, like the videos, learn how to do it. I'm going to try to put out, eventually it's not going to be like every day. I'm going to try to put them out like once a week or so, but I want to keep it as a completely different format to this. And some of it is producing images that I will then use for this for other things. But I love the idea of 360 videos, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. So I'm very excited about the whole thing. And I need to learn like time lapses and stuff. That's going to take some time for me to learn. But I think we're going to be able to produce amazing new footage here for the show and for other projects like it, Nicaragua 360, using the camera. And yeah, so it's very exciting. Now, what our challenge is we have an anonymous donor, same one who did the large challenge to get us to 3,000 subscribers, who is challenging you guys 2 different things. 1, get out to Nicaragua 360 and subscribe. If you go subscribe there, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers. He's going to kick in a donation if we hit 100 subscribers. a donation of 15 coffees, which is, off the top of my head, $75, right? So that would be awesome. He is also doing a coffee matching challenge. If anyone, and this is both channels go to the same coffee, right? buymeacoffee.com/Scott Allen Miller. If you go there and donate 10 coffees or more, if you go there and donate 10 coffees or more, he is going to match all 10 coffee donations. So if I can get, and here's the thing I really want to do. I really want to get 10 people to do 10 coffee donations. So that's a total of 100 coffees. And yes, that's a lot of money, but it's spread out between a lot of people. And then we will get matched for 10 coffee donations. I have been watching on my used camera dealer, and there is a specific vlogging camera that I can get for those coffees. The Sony ZV-1 in white. It's got to be in white. I'm not going to get the black one. I live in the tropics. Things overheat, right? And I like white cameras. Like, I'm sorry, I like white cameras. GoPro, please make me a white GoPro 12. But they look cool, but they also don't overheat as much. I really want the white one. I want to expand the cameras I use for filming stuff. I think we can get a lot of really cool new footage, and that is right about the 100 coffee mark to get it. If I have to kick in a few dollars, fine. Like, yeah, getting a new camera to film for you. Like, I love having new cameras and getting new shots and doing this stuff. But it's a very small, it's certainly not the end of my camera odyssey. I will be getting lots of cameras over the years and constantly getting new stuff and getting new footage. But this challenge is an opportunity. We got to do this by the weekend, right? So one, please, everyone, get over there and subscribe. And especially if you're into the Nicaragua thing, you're going to love just being able to see so much of it. Just, oh, this is what the road looks like. Like, it's going to be completely different. And it's going to help you see this channel and put the pieces together to understand. So far, all the ones I've done are static. It's just on a tripod, and you can just look around. It never moves. I'm going to do one today, I hope. So it'll be up in a few days, probably by the time you look, where I do a walkthrough of Veracruz, and that will be a slowly moving one, but it's gonna be the same. I'm not gonna be talking, it's just gonna be up in the air, so you can see the two different styles, and I'd love feedback on that. Leave comments on all those, but we gotta gain 100 subscribers by the weekend. We have so many subscribers on this channel, we can do it, so please go do that. And if you're so inclined, it would be so fantastic if you are wondering about donating some coffee, 10 coffees, that will get me matching. It's like giving me 20 coffees, but you only have to pay for 10 of them. That would be amazing for this week. We can do it, get more stuff, do more filming. And if you're wondering how that camera will get to me, it will be shipped to my niece in Texas. My wife returns in about 7 weeks from Vietnam. She'll be coming through and getting all the stuff that we store in Texas and bringing it then. So it'll take several weeks, but I also have to order it, and hopefully the white one is still available. They have a lot, but only one of them is white, and I really want to get it. It's in perfect condition. Used. I only do used, so it's half the price of new. So I'm sensible, I am economic, but I want to have amazing cameras to do lots of beautiful shots for you, and it'll look way better than the GoPro, which I know is hard to believe. Each of these cameras adds more to the depth of what we do. It's fantastic. So that is my week. It's super busy. We got a new camera and we got a new channel and fun stuff. Please go support us. And of all times, like, this is just a chance to support, and it's been so busy. I'm sorry that we're so incredibly busy, but things are good at work, just outrageously busy. We actually picked up major new client this week and have a relatively new, pretty major new client that we did amazing work for this week. Stuff that's making us very happy, but wow, I'm exhausted. I need a break. I'm off to do a walkthrough, get some exercise, and hopefully get a couple videos up because we're running right on the edge of getting these out for you guys. So gonna work really hard to catch up at least a tiny bit. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. You already know about the coffee. If you're interested in services around relocation, hit me up at info@relocatenicaragua.com. We're gonna put that right up there now, and anything looking at houses. And yes, people have asked us to look at some houses. It takes forever to schedule them. So if you're watching this and you're waiting for house stuff, we're trying. Things move like molasses. I can't believe how little effort people put into showing their houses. It's nuts, but we're trying to get people to show them to us so that we can show you guys. But at least one important house that everyone knows, everyone wants to see, cannot be shown. They will not show it to us. We went, got some video. We do have information on it. I'm gonna let those of you who asked, you will find out, but it's a limited amount of information that we have. But I have been through it, so I'll describe it as best I can. Of course, share on social media, tell your friends about the show, subscribe, coffee, that's the stuff. I will see all of you when we're ready to play. So D&D is going to happen hours after you watch this. Maybe I'll even have a little bit of D&D to show you in a day or two. Just a little bit, little picture here and there. We'll see all of you tomorrow.